What's good, YouTube? It's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to another video. Continuing on with that Logic 10.5 content. In this video, I'm going to discuss one hidden gem in Logic 10.5 that I don't think many will talk about, but I think it's a very interesting plugin, very interesting concept that works really well, and I think it's going to change the game when you're working with other producers that don't necessarily have the same plugins as you. This is going to change that, and you guys can literally work off of the same session with the same sounds and plugins. All right, so let's jump right into it. This is Auto Sampler right over here. And what it does, it essentially samples anything for you automatically. So if you have outboard synths, outboard gear that you want to sample, you can sample that. If you have plugins that you want to sample, you can plug in that, so you can sample that. You can pretty much sample anything. You don't have to do any of the work. It's just a couple of clicks and Logic will run through and sample that device that you want to sample. Now, since I don't have any outboard synths, I'm going to go ahead and sample a plugin, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to do so. So let's say I'm working on a project and I'm working with a third-party plugin, Nexus 3, and I have a sound here. I'm just going to pull up a piano sound that I really like. I have a sound here that I've put into my session, and I want to send off the session to another artist or producer to work off of, but they don't have Nexus 3, or I just want to sample this and just not open Nexus 3 and just use it within Logic's stock plugins. We can do that. So normally when you sample, you'd have to hit each note like that automatically, record it in, and then put it into whatever sampler instrument you want to go for. Now with Auto Sampler, it's in the name, it just auto samples everything for you. So we can set our range right over here, what octave ranges you want. So I'm just going to go from C1 and we're going to go all the way to C6. You can adjust the slider there, or you can just step it in over here. You can choose how often you want to sample. So right now I set it to, or right now the default is set to 6 semitones. So it's going to sample C1. And then it's going to auto sort of fill in the blanks over here. Now, if you want a really intricate sample with no like guesswork involved, you would definitely want to set this to just one semitone, and you'll be sampling every single key. But for this tutorial's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and sample every 5 semitones. So every 5th, it's going to sample, and then it's going to fill in the blanks within the sampler instrument. Next, you can go ahead and choose how long you want the sample to ring out for. So this is completely set up to you. By default, it's set to 10 seconds. You can just check your outboard gear or the plugin. So let's see. I'm going to hit it once. All right, so that rings out pretty long. I'm going to set the sustain to about 7 seconds. So it's going to hit each note and let it ring out for 7 seconds. You can choose how many layers of velocity you want. So right now, that's just one velocity, but this is velocity sensitive. So we can go ahead and select, let's set 3 points of velocity. Of course, you can set the levels. Maybe we'll make this a little bit more quieter. And that's pretty much it. You don't really have to adjust anything else. Next, all you gotta do is go ahead and hit sample. You're gonna go ahead and save this instrument. So let's go ahead and call it piano. And we're gonna go ahead and hit start. And now Logic is gonna go do its thing and sample each note. All right, so now that Logic went through its thing, you can see that it does it automatically. It tells you how much time is left in the sampling process, and then you can go ahead and close this up. You can go ahead and create a new software instrument track. You could go bring in a sampler instrument, because this is where the samples will go to. And then you can go ahead and open up that piano sound. It'll go under auto sampled. Let's go to piano. And if we go to mapping, and here it is right here. As you can see, the different velocity levels that it's sampled at. And you can play every note. Even though we sampled every 5 keys, we still have all the notes in between, because the sampler just sort of fills in the blanks. And usually I think 5 is okay. If you want to get a little bit more fine-tuned, just an exact sound, exact model, do every maybe 2 or 3 notes. But then you can go ahead and just play that like that, or you can go ahead and just save the session now, and I can send it to any producer artist that I'm working with, and they literally have the sound straight from Nexus 3 into a Logic's sampler instance, just like that. And now I don't have to open Nexus 3. I can just open this up and just work with that instrument from here. As you can see, this is like a huge game changer if you're working with people, if you want to sample instruments, if you have external gear that you want into Logic. You don't have to worry about all the cabling work, all the connecting. Just sample that in one time and you got all the sounds like that, and you can make yourself some custom instruments. That's it for this video. That is Logic's hidden gem, in my opinion, the auto sampler. Have fun with it. Definitely, it is a game changer. It just makes the sampling process a whole lot easier when trying to capture sounds from devices. That's it for me, guys. If you do have any questions on this, we can go ahead and talk in the comments section below. As usual, if you did like this video, remember thumbs up and share it. And if you want to learn more about what's included in the 10.5 Logic update, hit the card in the top right hand corner. It will take you to a playlist, and it features everything that's new in 10.5. Once again, I mentioned this in the other videos, the update is completely free. So if you have Logic already, head on over to the App Store, download it. It's free. It's a must cop. If you don't have Logic, there is a free 90-day trial happening right now. If you go over to Apple's website, download Logic. It is 90 days, 3 months free, no restrictions, export, save, do whatever you like, and then see if you like it and want to keep it, which I think you may want to. That's it for me, guys. We'll see you all in the next one. Talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.